Hi, Coach. Congratulations on an amazing win. This team has been on a tear since the bye week. What had changed from before and after to allow you to get to this level?
Yeah, I think we just stuck to our process. I think a lot of things got blown, kind of 2 and 2. The outside world, we just, had an opinion on what was going on and everything there, and we just stuck to our process and got better from it. Did some things a little differently, got better from a couple things. I think at the end of the day, you saw this team embrace adversity throughout the entire year. Now, it's hard to say that when you won 16 out of your last 17, but there was adversity. There's adversity constantly. And I think we did a good job of embracing that, the ups and downs of a season, and getting better from the things that we went through.
Sorry, middle aisle, second row.
Congratulations, Coach. Can you tell us what went through your head in the first drive when the OPIA flag on fourth down was coming, without getting fined, maybe?
Would you say that one more time?
Without getting fined, can you tell us what went through your head?
I try to tell myself before every game, the calls have a way of evening themselves out. But sometimes in the heat of the moment, sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to convince yourself of that. And the calls had a way of evening themselves out. And so mad about that at the first, but again, these guys are making split-second decisions, and that was an all-star crew out there. They earned the right to be here too at the Super Bowl, and I thought they did a good job, regardless of what I thought about that one. I wasn't able to see everything. I'm a little biased, and I don't think it should be called, but he had a better view of it, so I'm sure he made the right call there.
On behalf of the great people of Alliance, Ohio, congratulations on winning the Super Bowl. What does it mean to you to be the first Mountain Union alum to win the Super Bowl as a head coach? And also, after your Gatorade shower, after the game, you took a moment, looked in the sky, and said thank you. Can you describe that moment for us?
Yeah, just all glory to God. He gives us the talents to be in these situations, and blessed our team with talents, blessed myself with the talent to be able to coach football and the opportunity to be able to coach football. So just gratitude right there. And Mount Union taught me how to win, that's for sure. And so grateful to everybody at Mount Union, Coach Karras, all my teammates there, everyone that helped me kind of develop from there.
Nick, congratulations. Back in Brazil, you told me iron sharpens iron in regards to Quinyon Mitchell being ready for his NFL debut because he went against your great wide receiver group in practice. Do you think that this was one of the keys to the Philadelphia Eagles becoming Super Bowl champions?
Yeah, I think the key to that point is the intensity at which we practice at. And when you're practicing it with that kind of intensity, training camp, you're getting those matchups, Q versus AJ and Devontae and Slay versus those guys as well. So, and BG versus Lane and Jordan versus, Sweaty and Nolan. And so you have no choice but to get better. And, that it truly is. This is the greatest team sport there is. Iron sharpens iron. I've been saying a lot today and throughout the whole year that you cannot be great without the greatness of others. That applies to coaches. That applies to player to player. Look at the special year. Saquon, has been a special player his entire career, but he was able to make history this year with the things that he did because of the special talents of the guys up front. This is the ultimate team game, and I know that, and it takes selflessness to be able to. Jalen said it awesome one time. Just because we're not winning a certain way, it's crazy. Sometimes we're answering questions on how we win. It's hard to win in this league. It's a struggle every week to win in this league, and it's just because we're not winning a certain way or the way people perceive that we should win doesn't mean we can't. And today we needed the efforts of everybody. So I don't know. I kind of rambled on that question, but you can't. Long story short, you can't be great without the greatness of others.
Yeah. Chris Murray, Philadelphia Sunday Sun. Coach Sirianni, how much has Jalen Hurts grown since the last Super Bowl and all the ups and downs he had to deal with last year, and especially after the 2-2 mark that everybody criticized him for not for turning the ball over? How much has he grown as a quarterback?
Yeah, he just keeps getting better. He knows how to win. He does a great job of being able to block out all the outside noise. I think it's I find it funny when it's like, well, Jalen is good because he's got a good team around him. Like, that's football. Like, again, you cannot be great without the greatness of others. Like, Jalen can't do it by himself. He needs AJ. He needs that offensive line. He needs Saquon, and vice versa. The reason Saquon has a special year, not only the offensive line, but the attention that Jalen commands for the run game. He's special. Jalen's special. The criticism, it just blows my mind because I think he's so special and won so many games and works his butt off and just continues to get better, can block out everything and just focus on the task at hand of getting better, putting yourself positioned to win each week, and he does a great job of that. And he had an unbelievable game today when we needed him to, because when you sell out to stop, we knew how good of a coach and how good of a defense that we were playing today, but when you sell out to stop one thing, another thing opens, and Jalen was able to take advantage of that today. And man, him and this team are world champs forever.
Hi, I'm Carlton with BuzzFeed. The halftime score was shocking to a lot of people. Can you tell me what you said when you went into the locker room at halftime? What was the mood like? What was going through your head? How do you keep the guys focused after just coming out like crazy like that?
One of the things we talked about, we made sure everyone was resting at first, but one of the main things we talked about is be ready for anything. Be ready for for different exotic things. Things that make them be able to try to get back into the game. But one thing that we really focused on and studied a bunch of, we got to protect the way that they can get back into this game is, us going 3 and out on offense, having sacks, having penalties, turning the ball over, and for explosive plays to happen on offense, on their offense, giving up on our defense. And I just thought we did a great job of, handling that. We truly were playing it like, hey, this is the second game. It's 0-0, and if we win this one, we're going to win this game. And the guys were focused. The guys were locked in. It really was evident of the entire week, entire 2 weeks. I think when we won the NFC Championship game in 2022, there was so much joy. And I don't want to say there wasn't joy. It was just like, all right, this year it was like, all right, let's go. We got to go finish the job now. And I think it was the same attitude at halftime of just locking in, focused, and let's go finish the job. And that's what we did.
Thank you.
Nick, David Behrman, Pro Football Network. After the way last season ended and the 2-2 start this season, talk about what you told the team to keep them together, which eventually ended this way.
We had great OTAs. We had great training camp. We were developing as a team, and just because the outside world tells you to feel a certain way doesn't mean that we were feeling that way, right? We knew we had a special team. We knew we had a group of guys that could do some special things, but it was going to take day in, day out work. And so it was just putting your head down and working and saying, how are we going to put ourselves in the best position to win that Cleveland game? It wasn't like, hey, how are we going to get to 6-2? It was like, how are we going to win this game? Then it was going to be how we won the next game. It's boring, but it's truly just trying to get a little bit better each day. But that's the thing that you'll remember is the daily grind of and emptying the tank every single week, to try to win each week. And so we just doubled down on the things we knew to be true. We knew we had special players. We knew we had special coaches. We knew we had special front office and special people in the building. And our goal was to do it together and just stick together and go.
Nick, Lane says there'll be a team vote on the decision to go to the White House to celebrate the Super Bowl victory. How do you just handle that as a coach? Do you leave it to the guys? What are you thinking there?
I don't even know. We'll see as we go. We're going to enjoy this tonight, and We'll enjoy it tomorrow. We'll enjoy it the next day. We'll enjoy it. We don't have to get ready for another game, so can't wait to celebrate this with the guys and celebrate this with my family. Takes a lot of people to be in this spot. So love this team. Love these guys.
Yeah, just a quick one on Vic's contribution to that win. I think that's his first Super Bowl ring in a fairly long career. Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. And I showed a clip this week of the guys imitating him, and I said, what's that quote? Imitation is a form of flattery. These guys love him because he helps them, reach their goals and reach their dreams and helps them put them in positions to succeed. I think that's where you see a coach and a player develop special relationships, is because you can, players have their friend. They don't need buddy. They need us to be their coaches, and that's where I think Vic's special, and you can see how much the guys enjoy him, because he's helping them reach their goals and their dreams. Vic's an outstanding play caller. Brought so much detail to this defense, and called great games, developed the coaches, developed the players. And again, it takes everybody. You can't be great without the greatness of others, and that sure as heck applies to Vic Fangio and all his contributions. And pretty cool that he's able to win his first Super Bowl in a town that he grew up in. Pretty special. Yeah, he's awesome. I can't say enough good things about him, and I know the players love him, and he's a world champ forever.
Yes, Coach. George Redney, Challenger Community News, Buffalo and Rochester, New York. Can you tell me about Rochester, New York's own Clint Hurt, defensive line coach? How did he help get this defensive line to be prepared and stay focused and play the type of game they played today?
Yeah. Where are you, Aquinas? Was he Aquinas? Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry. Man, he's a special coach. You really saw our D tackles continue to get better as the year went on. He demands a lot out of them, and these guys trust him with everything and really look up to him. And he's huge, and so if you don't do what he says, you're gonna make sure you do what he says. Big man. But he is awesome as a coach. I can't say enough good things about him. Coach Walsh, the way they've led that defensive line, we knew that one of the keys to this game was going to be winning on defense, was winning up front. And we were able to do that. Got great contributions from the guys, and Clint did a great job of having him ready to play and ready to play hard and ready to leave everything out there. And so, man, he's a special coach, and it's awesome that he gets that ring that we all have really wanted for a long time.
All right, we got two more coming here, right side. What did you make of your defense tonight, and what went into the decision not to blitz Mahomes at all?
Yeah, if you look at, we haven't traditionally blitzed a lot. This year, we've been able to get home with our four-man rush and been able to cover there with the 7 in the back end. We were able to get home today with it as well. Again, we do what we think we need to do to win, not what anybody else thinks we got to do to win. And this was the way we felt like we needed to go about it. That doesn't mean that there wasn't things that you have in that you blitz, but just like I'm sure there were some times there that I'm thinking, hey, should I go for this on 4th down in this scenario? Well, the game flow told me to do something different, right? There's a feel to how things transpire throughout a game. You don't just close your eyes and say, I'm going to do this because this, there's a flow to it. And it's the same thing with calling a game offensively, defensively, game management-wise. You play the flow of the game, and with the way it was working, we kept ripping it.
Hey, Coach, can you just talk about the fans in the building tonight? It felt like a very pro-Philadelphia crowd.
It always is. We travel. Yeah, it was loud. It was loud. You could tell that right at the very beginning. You could see a lot of green out there. But that's not that feels that is very common for when we go to places, is that our fans have a tendency to, take over the stadium because we travel so well. We have such great fans. We needed, I go back to this, we played 4 of our last 5 at home, and then we played 3 playoff games in a row at home. And that's a big reason why we were here, is the energy that our crowd gives us and our fans give us. So, a lot of Eagles fans out there, and we're so appreciative of you guys and how you contribute to this. Again, I've said it a million times tonight. I'll keep saying it. You can't be great without the greatness of others. That applies to our fans as well.
All right, that's it. Thanks, folks.
Thanks, everybody.